Friday night took care of my weekday blues. I woke up, had breakfast, and read the news. I'm feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. But I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to do.
Hey, Toby, the show's about to start.
Oh yeah, it's a Saturday show. 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 It's a Saturday show.
We don't want to disturb him. Here we find Toby in his natural habitat. He seems very docile right now, no doubt close to a nap. If we stay for a while, we may even get to see him eat. Otto? Oh, hey Toby. What are you doing?
Were you just filming me like I was in a documentary?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
What's the deal, dude?
Well, when you said we were gonna make an episode about habitats, I thought it might be funny to catch some footage of you in your natural habitat.
Ah, I see. Now, Otto, could you remind me, what exactly is a habitat?
I thought you'd never ask. Welcome to the Fact Desk. I'm Otto Turtle. Habitat is the term used to describe the preferred surroundings of a particular species or animal. It refers to the resources available in an area that would attract and sustain that life form. For example, if a wampus, which is a totally not real animal, prefers to eat small fish and make its home at the base of cattails, the wampus's habitat would be a small lake. Habitats differ from one species to another, but each species has a habitat. And those are the facts. I'm Otto Turtle.
That was a great introduction to habitats, Otto.
Thanks.
Okay, well, since you spent some time observing me in my habitat, I only think it's fair that we spend some time looking at your habitat.
My bedroom is spotless, if that's what you're alluding to. I'm a very neat turtle. You know that.
No, dude. I meant the habitat of other Blandings turtles like you.
Ah, the wetland from whence I came.
Yep. What can you tell me about the habitat of Blandings turtles?
Well, Toby, I think the best way to do this is to go straight to the source. Get your coat on. Let's go.
Okay. So, Otto, this is your habitat?
Yep, Toby, the life-sustaining wetland.
Looks kind of like a frozen land to me.
It is, but I guarantee you my extended family is out there somewhere.
Well, what do they do when it's this cold?
They're brumating right now, Toby. Brumation is a lot like hibernation. Turtles like me will spend most of the winter underwater because we know it won't freeze. We slow our bodies down, don't eat, and stay still. It's not the ideal way to spend the winter, but it is the safest.
Okay, Otto. So the turtles are in brumation right now, but what does the wetland offer when it's not covered in snow?
Well, Toby, the wetland has all of our favorite foods like fresh fish, vegetable debris, and other plants and animals.
Okay, so that takes care of your food, but what else?
We love the clear, shallow water. All of the places to perch and absorb the sun, like on the banks of a creek or on a log. Also, there are safe places to sleep in the reeds and weeds, where we can stay out of sight from predators.
I see.
Yep, Toby, wetlands provide all of the food, water, shelter, and space that we need.
That's so cool, Otto. Well, it's getting pretty cold. Are you ready to go?
I'm right behind you. Wait, what was that?
Psst! Lauren, over here!
Hi, Hazel. It's nice to see you out here in your neighborhood, here in the woods.
Yes, home to many of my fellow squirrels.
So what makes forests such a good habitat for you all?
Well, forests have shelter and food and recreation for us squirrels, of course. I probably don't need to tell you this, Lauren, but there are so many different kinds of forests on Earth, and squirrels have adapted to live in almost all of them, from tropical rainforests to semi-arid desert forests.
Wow, that's really impressive. Can you tell me a little bit more about how squirrels have adapted to live here in the Midwestern forest?
Sure. Like our cousins the muskrats, and like you humans, we like to live close to where we can find tasty food. So many of us build our drays in the trees.
Wait, drays?
Drays are squirrel nests. They might look like messy clumps of leaves, but we construct them very carefully. Drays have several layers made up of different materials. Strong green twigs for the base, damp leaves and moss for softness and insulation, then a tough outer shell made up of twigs and vines.
Whoa, that sounds really cozy. So what do you munch on while you're in there relaxing in your dray?
Well, squirrels are very busy in the spring and summer, gathering all kinds of nuts to store and eat now in the winter. Why, I bet this forest has many secret stashes of acorns, hickory nuts, walnuts, and seeds buried all across its floor.
But what happens if you forget where your nuts and seeds are buried?
Nothing too bad. In fact, something really good happens. Some of our forgotten buried food sprouts into new trees in the spring.
Wow, so you squirrels actually help to keep your forest habitat healthy and strong. I love that.
That's right. The forest takes care of us, and we take care of the forest. Of course, there are other places we squirrels can look for food. We've noticed that many helpful humans have set up vending machines for us.
Wait, vending machines?
Come on, let's go back to your neighborhood and I'll show you.
Okay.
Oh, I see some right over there, Lauren.
Hazel, those aren't squirrel vending machines, those are bird feeders.
Oh, really? Some of these vending machines are a little tricky to operate, but we squirrels usually figure it out.
Oh boy.
Last year, a clever human named Mark Rober built us squirrels a special obstacle course with a big pile of walnuts at the end. Anyway, this is just to say that squirrels have adapted to coexist in human habitats.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And you know, Hazel, for the most part, we're really glad you did.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Oh, hey, Kashi, you startled me.
Oh yeah, I was just roaming around in my habitat.
Wow, it's really lovely, isn't it?
Yes, thank you.
What do you have here?
Well, I've got a roof of leaves and a floor of different leaves, and I'm just pretending I'm in a jungle or something.
Right, is that kind of like your natural habitat?
Yeah, kinda.
Maybe. You know, we are talking all about habitats today on the Saturday show.
Oh, good.
And I think we should see if Lexi has a word of the day for us.
Okay.
Do you want to hit the button, Kashi?
Mwah.
Well, let's see what it says. Huh. Can you read that, Kashi?
Niche.
That's right. It's niche. And do you know what a niche is?
Well, I have actually been studying this word, and it is like this. If you are a mouse, and you like to eat nuts, and also eagles might eat you, and you live in a forest, in a burrow, all of those things are part of your niche, and also whatever job you do as a mouse.
Wow. Well, that sounds really cool, Kashi.
It's very a complicated word.
And it might be French.
Oui.
Well, listen, I think we're about ready for our winter game code.
Okay.
And here it is. There are a lot of clues this time.
All right.
There are 6 letters, and it means a very dry place, but sometimes it's cold at night.
Oh.
One example of this is Death Valley.
Oh.
And if you add an S in the middle of the word, you get something nice to eat.
That's funny.
It is kind of funny. But if you think you know the answer, you can go to play.aadl.org for big points. Well, good luck and have fun finding your niche.
Bye.
See ya.
Amanda, I really like snuggling on the couch with you.
Me too, Katie. I'm really glad you came to live with me. You keep me company, you're a pet friend, and we get to play together.
Yeah, it makes me really happy. I have some kitty friends that live outside, but I'm glad I'm an inside cat. You feed me cat food, I have lots of places to sleep and hide, and I have kitty toys to play with.
All of that is true. And hey, speaking of cats, last night I watched a really cool documentary all about big cats. It was really interesting.
You mean like lions and tigers?
Exactly.
They sure are big, much bigger than me. I would not like to live in the desert or in the jungle.
Well, as a domesticated cat, my house seems like a better fit for you.
Can you tell me more about those big cats you saw?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's pounce on over and take a look.
The lion may be called the king of the jungle, but you don't find them in rainforests. This cat prefers the grassy plains, savannas, and scrubland of sub-Saharan Africa. Adult males are around 400 pounds. That's big. And leopards? Leopards can live in many types of habitats, including rainforests, deserts, woodlands, forests, grasslands, mountain habitats, coastal scrubs, and swampy areas. In fact, these carnivores live in more places than any other large cat. They like areas with trees for them to hide in. Jaguars are the largest cat in North and South America, the 3rd largest in the world. Only the tiger and lion are larger. Jaguars are most frequently found in dense, flooded rainforests. While they are more commonly found near water sources, jaguars have also been spotted in grasslands, subtropical forests, and deciduous forests. We can't forget tigers. They can be found in evergreen forests, mangrove swamps, tropical rainforests, savannas, grasslands, and rocky terrains. They usually settle in isolated locations and build dens inside caves, large trees, or between thick and tall vegetation. They like areas near water and plenty of prey.
Wow! What beautiful and big cats! Don't forget about cougars and cheetahs!
Those are indeed more large cats. So the cats we talked about today are just some of the many animals on Earth that also need shelter, food, and water to survive. Just like me, a human, and you, a domesticated cat.
Look at this collection of twigs and pine needles. Who put this together? Whose house is this? Do you know? Have you ever noticed a big, untidy-looking pile of leaves in a tree? It's actually a very well-constructed home. Do you know who lives here? Whose house is this? Have you ever seen anything like this hanging from a tree? Is it made of paper? Whose house is this?
Hey, who doesn't like a nice ocean? Oceans, the only good wet blanket, cover 71% of the Earth's surface. In a stew that vast, you'll find the ingredients of the most diverse platter of life on the planet, in habitats ranging from coral reefs and kelp forests to mangroves and estuaries. Most of this big, blue, salty soup is called the pelagic zone, which means open ocean, or areas far from the shoreline. That's where I, a shark, along with a briny collection of other sea creatures like whales, jellyfish, and even birds, spend most of our time hanging out and eating lunch. But when I'm ready for my post-lunch snack, there is no menu more eclectic and appetizing than that of the coral reef. Coral reefs are often referred to as the rainforest of the sea, or as I like to call it, the buffet, because of the astounding variety of creatures that live there. Polyps, which are tiny, individual coral creatures, assemble the towering reefs by using their own skeletons as building blocks. That may sound spooky, but coral reefs are actually colorful, comfy habitats filled with such tasty hors d'oeuvres as seahorses, clownfish, and turtles. Coral reefs are very fragile, so humans should pay careful attention to overfishing and pollution in the sea, as well as the products they use on land. So please, take care of the ocean like you take care of your own habitat, or I'll have no place to eat my din-din.
The Small Adventures of Chicken.
bird's nest. Different birds have different ways of building nests. Look, here's some babies waiting for food. You guessed it. This nest belongs to a squirrel, like Hazel. As we learned from Hazel, this kind of nest is called a dray, and it's usually made from twigs, dry leaves, and grass, and typically assembled in the forks of tall trees. Sometimes these nests are lined with moss or pine needles to make them soft. You should be careful around this one. This is a wasp's nest, and it is made from chewed wood, which is why it looks like paper.
shelter, space.
How cool that habitat rhymes with cat. Katie, I didn't know you were a pop singer.
Oh yeah, I love 80s music.
Me too. Wow. Well, folks, that's this week's episode of The Saturday Show. For more resources, please visit aadl.org/The Saturday Show. And until next time, Katie, do you want to do it?
Keep dancing!